Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. My name's Brian if you happen to be new around here, and returning subscribers. Honestly, you guys are the best. Thank you so much for supporting the content and enjoying the videos. Y'all seem to have an overwhelmingly positive response to these videos, but unfortunately this video isn't all good news. Well, I'm going to go through the latest dev updates, and then because of you guys have requested it, trying to hopefully condense down everything that was announced into more of a summary fashion. We'll go over the roadmap again here later in this video. So if you guys have not seen or want to know some more thoughts on that's what the second half of this video is going to be about, just because you guys in the comments have actually been requesting a little bit shorter, more condensed style video. But first, let's go through the news, the dev updates specifically, and it starts off with greetings adventurers. A little bit of a bummer here. We know many of you are excited about the PTR and wanted to share the update with you all. Now, unfortunately, the PTR will not be available today. So it got delayed due to an issue that they discovered late in testing. We are working hard to get this build into players' hands as soon as possible, and we will provide an update in this thread when more specifics about when the PTR will be open as soon as they are able. And thank you guys so much for your understanding. As we've been hopefully waiting for the notes and them, and more personally speaking, I was really looking forward to going hands-on with the PTR and breaking it all down, like really kind of summarizing it for you. So that's why I'm bummed. I am, honestly, but it's okay. Like, again, I'll survive. I've got lots of things that I need to be doing anyway, and then I'll just focus in on that. But regarding the pay-to-win discussion, the devs have been answering some questions here, and I thought I'd highlight that for you guys. So they were regarding, is the boosters, are they going to be pay-to-win? Like, how is that going to impact the game? And they say, thanks so much for the question. We have Gathering XP boosts launching as part of the Season Pass. Now, these affect the experience earned while gathering up to level 200, but does not count towards any of the aptitude progression. So this is ultimately just pushing people into the aptitude grind as opposed to the leveling grind. Now, you can let me know how you feel about it. I've seen people calling the game pay to win. I've seen people calling the game pay to win before any of this was even talked about. So I found that a little bit surprising. I'm not going to judge you. I just feel pay to win is a little bit of an overused term for gamers. And I shared my thoughts in yesterday's video. If you guys want to go into more detail about that, I'm trying to keep this short and sweet and get you guys back out into the gaming world. They go on to continue saying that this specifically is just for gathering. This is not for crafting at all. These are going to impact by this boost. Trade skill boosters in the seasonal FAQ refers to the gathering XP boosts. So that is just one fact. So now those are all the dev stuff. Here's the roadmap that we saw yesterday. Obviously, the big news for me is expansion. Confirms a lot of things. What are they doing? What's the summary? The game is shifting into a seasonal model. A season's going to last roughly 3 months. That's the right amount of time, especially in terms of MMO content creation. This does confirm more content. People have felt like the last winter 2022 into winter 2023, has been lackluster. We can see winter 2024 already having a lot of content. What are we going to be getting? There's going to be a seasonal story that, you know, it's kind of like going in a way of the Destiny route, where you get every 3 months content where we're going to get a new heart rune each time. We're going to get a new dungeon, new content, new quality of life, new updates, and you can start to expect that on a 3-month cadence, which is right. So it's going to be a little bit meatier of content. So instead of having it like once a month or once every 2 months or an unknown kind of pattern, this is them standardizing their pattern, just standardizing their delivery. And so you can see seasonal story, gear set storage is coming in the spring, the new expedition, new heart room, seasonal and world events, MSQ updates, the colored outlines for enemy AoEs and PvP. This is a huge quality of life feature, especially in war, so you know if it's an enemies or a good thing to stand into. Various different balance updates, and this kicks off the season pass of content to grind on. So season 2, this is the summer update. This is where we see the medley fair return. We're also going to get seasonal story, transmog, the seasonal trial, 10-person battle, sandworm elite trial. This is the raid groups is the like UI and system that we can now form various different parties. They said up to 20 people, so basically 4 groups of 5. New heart rune, cross-world outpost rush, seasonal and world events, balance update, season pass. So you're going to start to see some very similar things being put out, new content, new stories, etc. Season 3 is interesting. MSQ updates, and I would assume Season 3 with the MSQ updates is them finishing off the core base game's story all the way to level 60, kind of really completing that story narrative. And then with the expansion, we're going to get a new story to kind of go off of. Park balance updates, seasonal world events, territory influence updates, season pass. Now, I didn't see territory updates here. They were talking about that for the spring that might have gotten pushed, but that could also be more bigger changes overall. The new story, new zone, transformed. I do hope this comes with a lot more zones because they are adding mounts. We are getting a new weapon, new heart room, gear score increase, which is going to add a little bit of the verticality. I'd still say that this game is a horizontally based progression game, namely because the level cap is not going up. And if you can infuse your gear that you get, you still have that horizontal chase, and then you can still, increase that power. So you're not having to sit here and all of a sudden find everything that you've earned completely worthless, which is where I think verticality and vertical progression systems fail, is that they just keep you chasing a hamster wheel only to introduce a new hamster wheel. There's strengths and weaknesses to all of these, and that's why you want that hybrid of horizontal and vertical, but the vertical being kind of the slower thing to go up and the horizontal having the longer chase to it. Now, then this is that fall, so this is going to be kind of when you start to think Brimstone Sands, September, October, especially depending on dates. So this is March like 28th or something like that, assuming with the PTR we're not getting that pushed out. Then you can start to see this is going to be summer, so March, April, May, June, July-ish. Then July, October, November, December, I guess the fall, November, October, November, and then winter, which is going to follow that up. Seasonal story, new trial with the mutators, seasonal trinket, MSQ update, new expedition, new heart rune, seasonal and world events, cross and world and arenas and expeditions. This is huge for all of us PvEers out there. Seasonal territory control. Don't know what that means. We'll have to obviously see what that means in reality when we get closer to it. And a new season pass. So every season is going to roughly cost you $20 if you can earn money from the season that you can use on items or on buying other seasons. So ultimately you kind of get a discount for playing the season itself, and you could actually probably get, basically, people were saying it's like about $80, but if you kind of do the math, it ends up being about $60 a year for the season if you're going to buy the whole year. Now, I do hope, and I would like to see them include all of those like future seasons, like, hey, buy the expansion and the collector's edition, and we'll include the next 4 seasons or whatever for you automatically, which would be really cool to see. But that's ultimately the summary. The season kicks off here at the end of March. PTR got delayed though today, and I think I'm personally really excited about it. Now, there's no listing of controller support, but we do know that they are working on it. The team that's working on the gear set storage is going to be the team that works on controller support. So I'm guessing that after this, we might see that sometime around here. I hope that would be really great to bundle that with an expansion, because an expansion is going to be a really great way of reintroducing a lot of people to the game. I've seen people say that, oh, they're going to sell me an expansion, I'm out. And that just feels a little bit entitled to me. Not judging you, but I mean, do with your money with whatever you want. However, at the end of the day, like, I don't know, like, it just, I'm trained in MMOs. I'm trained in the fact that like most of my MMOs always had a subscription, and I love that New World doesn't have a subscription. And I'm happy that with the seasonal pass, it becomes that optional subscription. So if I'm really actively playing, I can opt in. If I'm not sure, I can play and level up and unlock stuff. And then if I'm like, oh man, I hit level 100, oh, I can spend and get all the rewards that I hadn't unlocked yet. It gives me choice, and I think player choice is a really important thing, and it gives me more options to support the devs because I want more New World. I do. Anyway, guys, that's the summary. That's the news. That's my thoughts, and I'm going to send you guys on your fantastic way. If you feel like these videos earn it, hit that like button. If you feel like they don't, you can always double tap that dislike button to make sure that button is working. Also, check out my comedy channel, Ginger Prime Comedy. I'll link it in the description, and I'm just going to wish you guys a very good day. Thanks for being here. Hopefully I'll see you next time, but until then, take care.